With us now is Dr. Yonatan Freeman, a PhD with the Political Science Department of Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Sir, I want to ask first about your thoughts on what China is doing. I mean, in their efforts to stop the spread of this historic virus, they have enacted historic levels of crackdown. More than 40 million people can't leave their cities or their hometowns. It seems like they're making these sweeping moves to try and contain this virus. What's your reaction to what China is doing? Are they doing a good job?
Well, what they're doing is something that they're able to do. If we look at other states around the world, states that are more liberal in terms of their government, we see that the sort of actions that the Chinese government is doing is something that maybe some of the countries in the West would not be so quick to do or not be able to do so and have public backing. So what we're seeing right now in China is that they're responding to the virus and trying to make sure that the people of China realize and support that the moves that the Chinese government are doing is something that they can trust and believe in.
What do you make, sir, of the both political and economic ramifications of what we're seeing now? We already know massive corporations like Apple and Google and Toyota and Starbucks and others. They are shutting down business or rerouting supply chains altogether. They're willing to take the hit financially. We have airlines that are suspending service. There's even some talk already now with Russia perhaps of closing border regions altogether. What could the impact be?
Yeah, I think that more than just the virus, really the work to fight against the virus, that's making even a bigger impact economically. Not just looking at the airlines, think about different products that are made in China. Even here in Israel, you go to the supermarket, you see garlic. When you want to buy it for cooking, it's made in China. So many of the things that we depend on come from China around the world. So part of what this virus is doing is causing the whole workforce in China to be really immobilized and not being able to go work, and then in the end not having these products get to the outside world.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, you mentioned, there are food products for sale right here in Israel, technology components, phone components. They're all made in China, and as of today, a lot of this is being shut down. Will we see an impact here in Israel, if not from the virus, but the price tags?
Well, I think the fact that this virus issue is coming or occurred during the Chinese New Year, which overall is a certain type of time of the year in China where many of these products and stuff are more not happening because people are on vacation. So what we could see long-term wise, really, because now people are supposed to be coming back from work, that in the end, some of these products might not get here, the prices might rise. And really, what many governments around the world are worried about is not so much what the products are going to be in a supermarket, but how the public domestically will react. Will it cause people to go buy more things, be scared? So this could cause really pressures on the domestic government by the people who are worried about whether or not they'll have food on the shelves when they go to the supermarket.
Politically, what is your thoughts on how China is handling this? Are they inviting in foreign experts and scientists to help with the outbreak? Are they angry that airlines are canceling flights? Are there accusations of racism or overblown proportions, or are they understanding?
Well, many of the cancellations that were made in terms of tourism coming out of China and different things that were happening, this is some of the things that China was doing by themselves even before many of the airlines stopped flying to China. But on the other hand, China is very secretive on some of these issues. There's been a report and few reports that the Americans want to send their own team to see what's going on and what the virus is, how can people get infected. And they're very secretive about it, not really wanting any kind of outside interference or even calling for help. So I think that's one thing that is really impacting the trust that the international community, especially the West, has as to not just what the virus is, but how and what extent it's affecting the Chinese people.
All right, sir, thank you so much for your analysis. Great to have you.